My mother currently has me blocked on all social media, and my father told me I am no longer welcome at Sunday dinner until I offer a public apology to the entire extended family.
AITA for eloping to a private beach and not telling my family who expected a huge church wedding. My mother currently has me blocked on all social media, and my father told me I am no longer welcome at Sunday dinner until I offer a public apology to the entire extended family. All of this because I decided that my wedding day should actually be about me and my husband, rather than a three-ring circus for 200 people I barely know. I come from a very traditional, very loud, and very opinionated family where weddings are seen as community events rather than private commitments. From the moment Mark and I got engaged last year, the wheels started turning without our consent. My mother, Linda, had a binder ready within 48 hours. She had already called the priest at the local cathedral, the same one where she got married, where my sisters got married, and where she expected me to fall in line and do exactly the same thing. Mark and I are quiet people. We like hiking, reading, and small, intimate gatherings. The idea of a 5-course meal, a 15-piece band, and a guest list featuring my father's golf buddies and cousins I haven't seen since I was in diapers made us both physically ill with anxiety. We tried to voice our concerns early on. I told my mother repeatedly that we wanted something small, perhaps a garden ceremony or a destination elopement. She would just pat my hand and say that I was just experiencing pre-wedding jitters and that I would thank her later when I saw how beautiful the photos turned out. To her, the wedding was a performance, and I was just the lead actress who didn't know her lines. It reached a breaking point 3 months ago. We were at a tasting for a cake that cost more than my first car, and my mother was arguing with the baker about the specific shade of ivory for the frosting. I looked at Mark, and I could see he was completely checked out. We weren't the ones getting married, we were just the props in Linda's grand production. That night, we went home and looked at our savings. We had been paying for about 80% of the costs ourselves, while my parents had covered the deposit for the florist and the church. We realized that if we stopped now, we would lose some money, but we would save our sanity. We didn't tell anyone. We kept showing up to the mandatory planning meetings, nodding along while my soul slowly withered. Behind the scenes, we booked a flight to a tiny, secluded island and hired a local coordinator to handle a private ceremony on a stretch of white sand at sunset. 2 weeks before the big church wedding was supposed to happen, we packed our bags and told everyone we were going on a pre-wedding stress relief trip to clear our heads before the big day. The day we got married was the happiest day of my life. There was no giant organ, no itchy lace, and no aunties judging my makeup or my choice of shoes. It was just me, Mark, the sound of the waves, and a local official who didn't care about my family's social standing. We spent the day swimming, ate dinner on the beach, and finally felt like we could breathe for the first time in a year. We posted the announcement photo the next morning. It was a simple shot of our feet in the sand with our rings on. The caption just said that we did it, just us, the way we always wanted. The explosion was instantaneous. My phone vibrated so hard it fell off the nightstand. I had 30 missed calls from my mother and a string of texts from my sisters calling me a selfish brat. When I finally answered, my mother was hysterical. She wasn't happy that her daughter was a bride, she was devastated that she had to call 200 people and tell them the event of the season was cancelled. She accused me of humiliating her and wasting her money, even though I offered to pay her back for the deposits she lost immediately. My father says I have ruined the family's reputation in our community. They think I am a liar for letting them believe the big wedding was still on while I was secretly planning a getaway. I feel terrible that they are embarrassed, but I also feel like I finally stood up for myself after a lifetime of being steamrolled. My sisters say I should have just sucked it up for one day to keep the peace and let our mother have her moment. Now, half the family won't speak to us, and the other half is busy gossiping about what really happened behind the scenes. I just wanted a day that belonged to us. Was I wrong?